Apple is about to ask you to spend $2,000 on an iPhone that does not have Face ID. And honestly, it might be the most fascinating phone they have built in a decade. We are officially 4 months away from September, which means the supply chain leaks for Apple's first foldable, the iPhone Ultra or iPhone Fold, have solidified. We have 13 specific details from internal factory schematics that outline exactly what Apple is shipping later this year. And it proves Apple is taking a radically different approach than Samsung. Let's start with the design, because if you're expecting a cloned Galaxy Fold, you are going to be disappointed. Apple is rejecting the thick, bulky remote control shape of current foldables. Instead, they are building a wallet-style chassis. When closed, it folds completely flat with zero gap, looking more like a premium leather wallet than a sandwich smartphone. That flat design directly impacts the screen sizes. The outer display is tiny by modern standards, just 5.3 inches. That is practically iPhone mini territory, though it will be noticeably wider to keep typing comfortable. But when you flip it open, you get a massive 7.8-inch internal display. For comparison, most competitors use a massive 6.5-inch outer screen and an 8-inch inner screen. Apple is deliberately shrinking the outside to make the unfolded experience feel like a massive, seamless jump. And yes, it is completely crease-free. The primary reason Apple is years late to the foldable market is that Tim Cook reportedly refused to ship a display with a visible plastic wrinkle down the middle. To fix this, Apple patented something called a liquid hinge. We do not know the exact mechanical physics of it yet, but supply chain sources confirm it allows the glass to retract into a teardrop shape inside the body when closed. No crease to look at, and more importantly, no crease to feel when you swipe across it. To keep the aesthetic clean, Apple is limiting the launch to just 2 colors. You are getting silver and space black, identical to the finish on the current MacBook Pro lineup. No bright pastel options here. Apple wants this to look like a serious computing tool inside. It is getting the new A20 Pro chip. And this is a massive generational leap because it is built on TSMC's brand new 2nm process. Shrinking the architecture from 3nm to 2nm means the internal components run dramatically cooler and consume significantly less power. Paired with Apple's custom N1 chip, which handles Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6, the efficiency gains are going to be massive. It is also getting Apple's custom in-house C2 communication chip, which introduces true satellite internet connectivity. This is not just for emergency SOS text messages anymore. The leak indicates you will actually be able to browse the web, stream music, and send media files from the middle of the desert. You will not be streaming 4K video over a satellite link, but you will never be offline again. All of this hardware requires a massive power source. Apple is packing a split battery design with a total capacity between 5,300 and 5,500 mAh. Combined with the 2nm efficiency of the A20 Pro, independent estimates peg the battery life right between the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. That is deeply impressive for a first-generation device powering 2 separate screens. Now the cameras, and this is where the design trade-offs show up. You are getting 4 cameras total. A 24-megapixel selfie camera on the outer cover, another 24-megapixel lens on the inside screen, and a dual lens layout on the back. The rear setup features a 48-megapixel main sensor and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide. There is no dedicated telephoto zoom lens. Apple simply ran out of physical thickness to fit a periscope prism. To make up for it, Apple is using the massive 48-megapixel main sensor to deliver a 3x lossless digital crop. It behaves like a true optical zoom, but without the physical bulk. The biggest shocker, however, is biometrics. The iPhone Ultra will not have Face ID, fitting the TrueDepth camera array into a folding display chassis without making the bezels look like a 2018 iPad was an engineering nightmare. So Apple cut it. Instead, they are bringing back Touch ID, embedding a physical fingerprint sensor directly into the power button on the side, exactly like the iPad Air. This is going to be a luxury item. Pricing is expected to start around $2,300 for the base 256GB model. You will be able to spec it up to 512GB or 1TB, but a 2TB option is completely off the table because Apple is positioning this as an executive device, not a filmmaker's camera. Finally, the launch window. While Apple will announce the iPhone Ultra on stage this September, you likely won't hold it until October or early November. Apple is planning a staggered release, shipping the standard iPhone 18 Pro models first, and letting the Ultra follow a month later, exactly how they handled the legendary iPhone X launch. Apple made a massive bet here. They stripped out Face ID, skipped the zoom lens, and loaded it with a 2nm chip and a liquid hinge to make the cleanest folding phone on Earth. Does a completely crease-free, wallet-thin design make up for losing Face ID and paying $2,000? Let us know in the comments below. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.